Hello everyone, and welcome back to my fourth and final one of the comparison for Crota's End and Vault of Glass primaries. Today we're going to be looking at the Praedyth Timepiece and also the Oversoul Edict. So we're going to start off here with the Praedyth Timepiece, and this one was from Vault of Glass, and I believe it only drops from the Gatekeeper checkpoint on hard mode. The Timepiece is an arc damage pulse rifle that has key perks such as Head Seeker, which every time you chain a body shot, it'll increase the damage of your next precision shot, aka it'll add precision damage if one of the shots in the burst count as a body shot. And it also gets Secret Round, which will randomly fire a fourth shot if one of your shots miss. The best thing about the Praedyth Timepiece is its stability. It has the highest stability out of these two weapons I'll be reviewing today, and I think it's what makes this weapon special. I left the damage comparisons in the bottom right corner throughout the entire PVE section of this video, so if you look at it, the Timepiece has a headshot of 273, while the Edict managed to get a headshot of 313. Now this is only because of the base damage. These weapons are virtually identical in terms of impact and rate of fire, but there is something special about the rate of fire of the Oversoul Edict, which I'll be getting into in a second. So here's the Oversoul Edict. This one drops in the Abyss section of the Crota's End hard mode raid. On the stats of these two weapons, the rate of fire are identical, but the Oversoul Edict gets a perk called Full Auto, which you can find on a lot of weapons, which basically you hold down the trigger and it fires for you. But the cool thing about this is it'll basically maximize your fire rate, whereas on a weapon such as the Timepiece, you're going to have to keep clicking that trigger and over again, and it's hard to consistently maximize your rate of fire. So if you look in the photo in the bottom right, on average I was getting around 3.4 seconds for the clip speed of 30, and on the Oversoul Edict with the full auto I would get an average of 3.3 seconds, so it's not a whole big difference at all, but it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. To conclude on the PvE section of this review, I'd have to give this one to the Edict. It's got a higher base damage and it's virtually acts the same, and it also has that full auto mode, which you're going to be able to maximize your fire rate. The Edict also gives you the perk that you can shoot through a knight's wall of darkness, which is the shield that they put up when you're attacking them. This can be pretty useful in strikes such as Omnigul, and can maybe be used in the raid, but I don't know, it's not too effective. Okay, now to move on to the PvP side of the review, we can see both of the damage stats for both of the weapons in the bottom right corner. And, oh, look at that, they look pretty similar. Well, they're virtually the same gun. Basically, the main difference is the Oversoul has a little bit of a quicker fire rate because of the benefit of the full auto perk, and the Timepiece has better stability. Which is more valuable? Well, that's sort of up to you to choose. I personally like the Oversoul Edict a little better just because of the full auto. Makes it really easy to hit consistent headshots without having to hammering down the trigger. As for the stability, both weapons get a perk to stabilize the weapon. However, the Timepiece gets perfect balance, and the Edict gets fitted stock. Now, I honestly have no idea why perfect balance works way better than fitted stock. The stability is not really that noticeable between them. However, the stability on the Timepiece is almost maxed. So, okay, if I had to state in my overall opinion of these two weapons, I like the Oversoul Edict better, and this is just because of the base damage and the full auto perk. So personally, I'd go with the Oversoul Edict. However, in Crucible, I think they are both viable options, and they're both pretty similar. And they've become really useful now after the pulse rifle buff, so I would definitely try them out if you haven't yet. Alright, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching, And if you can, just let me know which pulse rifle that you like better. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.